Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. This article that I have today is a kind of a Alice in Wonderland. Up is down and down is up, or if you want a 1984 George Orwell's war is peace and peace is war. Kind of like a double speak. And I will read you the title coming from Ukrainska Pravda from today, Thursday 9th of June 2022. Intelligence officers explain why Azovstal exit was not a surrender exit. If you are familiar with the matter, you remember that the Russians surrendered. They got over Mariupol city or town, whatever it is, got in. The Azov battalion and other people, other fighters ran and into the Azovstal steel plant. There are some catacombs underneath the town, the steel mill, and they were staying over there and fighting on and off. They were surrounded, and the Russians were waiting outside, and from time to time they're just shaking the bag, so we make sure the mouse is not doing something. That's what happened over there. And after a while, after the Russians were waiting, those guys said, you know what, we're coming out. Supposedly, they got orders from Kiev, you accomplished your mission now. All right, this was the background. So now there was not a surrender, because if you read most of the, or whatever articles I read from Ukrainska Pravda, from the Ukrainian side, or from some from the Western side, from the corporate mass media, the word surrender is not attached to the Azovstal fighters. It's something else, or put in the quotation marks, surrender. They can't say it. They say that they voluntarily just said, you know what, I'm going to go for a walk. And I met some Russians, and the Russians arrested me, probably. Now, that being said, I will just start with two stories before we analyze this I don't even know how to think of it. So let's go and see. First, someone punches someone in the face, and the person gets knocked out. Now the person comes back to his senses and say, well, I hit that fist with my head, man. It was horrible for the fist, but it was my head hit the fist, not the fist hit my face. All right, that's the first one. The second one that I always mention, because it was funny, as it was the Prime Minister of Great Britain during the Second World War, Winston Churchill, when at the Dunkirk, when the Russians, the Germans were pushing the Brits and the French armies, blah blah blah, and while the Allies were pushing them to the coast, and Dunkirk, and then Putin. Jesus Christ, yeah, it's too much. Stalin, no. Hitler said, okay, stop, and they stopped pushing them and destroying them. Could have destroyed the whole army over there of Great Britain, France, whatever rest, and all that. But Putin, Stalin, no. Hitler said, stop. Okay, but when this was occurring, you had the Prime Minister of Great Britain giving orders to his army, not retreat, advance to the coast. So they were running from the Germans, who were following them and shooting at them, and with airplanes and all that, and they were running, retreated like crazy, Dunkirk coast area, so they could be probably shipped picked up later by the vessels and so on from, to story the movie and blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about the historical events. And then Winston Churchill says, advance to the coast. The same here. They did not surrender. They didn't surrender. They just, I don't know what the term they used here. Let's see it and read the article. Azovstal exit. They exited. Okay, I'm going to go for a smoke in the park. All right, let's go. So Ukrainian soldiers defending Azovstal did not turn over their weapons to Russians. No, they just went out and said, I saw some videos. Did you? All right, their weapons to the Russians, but left the plant after agreeing on the conditions of their detention. What options you had? Starve or be killed as you show your face in Azovstal, right? So you had no power to negotiate anything. You had no aces in your sleeve. Nothing. You couldn't, hey, look what's over there. Oh, I got 3 aces. No, it didn't work that way. You had nothing. So you lost and you surrendered. You can use euphemisms and other things, advance to the coast, where my head punched the fist, things like this. But, you know, you can't make me believe your reality that you want me to believe. All right? And I saw the videos how you came out. Okay, you came out like this and with your hands up, with no weapons and fighting. You didn't come like that. So, nevertheless, they want to stay that way. How did you negotiate? Why would the Russian want you out? See you later. Come whenever you're ready. And they were ready. And then let's go and read more here. So, Ukrainska Pravda sources working in intelligence and in Ministry of Defense, Ukrainska Pravda article, The Island of Hope, how Azovstal defenders got out. Oh, got out and exited. Okay. And where they are now. Details. According to Ukrainska Pravda, sources in Zelensky's circle. Why not square? Why it's a circle, always a circle? Why not a square or, I don't know, something else? It was in April that the first plan was made for the extraction of the garrison of Mariupol under guarantees of the FSB. And they failed all of them. So again, no aces. So what we have here, it says that they tried with helicopters. 3, I think, got hit. And then we have here that it said first, it is not possible to say surrendered. The Marines from Illich metallurgical plant, they surrendered. But it would be dishonest to say the same about Azovstal defenders. This is what the Ukrainians are saying. All right, so it says, first, they did not lay down their arms in front of the Russians. What's the difference? You came without them. All Azovstal fighters handed over their weapons to their officers. Okay? Handed over their weapons to the commander before leaving. He shook their hand, thanked them for their service, apologized for not winning, and only then did they soldiers go over to the Russians. Did they have the last meal? Did they went to the bathroom and did something? What else did they do that would not qualify as a surrender? They scratched their back or their balls before they showed up, so that doesn't count as surrender. If you scratch your balls before you saw a Russian, no surrender under any circumstances. I mean, really? I mean, you make me use a kind of, my bad, you know? Let's go. In addition, according to the source, it was agreed that, now these are the agreements, the Russian Chief Intelligence Directorate will be solely responsible for the detention of Ukrainian soldiers in such a way it gives the Ukrainian military personnel a chance to be held captive. It gives them a chance to be held. Okay. In accordance to Geneva Convention standards. I don't believe that. Once the Russians are going to find out who you are, they will get you out and say you are not under Geneva Convention. Oh, you are not, and you are not. That's the way it's going to be. Standard, access to international organizations, and so on. What's the so on? To mommy and daddy? What do you mean so on? You see, already there's a BS. There will be, a personal chance to be held captive in accordance to Geneva Convention standards, access to international organizations, and so on. What's so on? See mommy, go and visit wife, go to the store. What's the so on? You see, that's BS already. I want to know what so on means. If it's a treaty and it was a contract, it was something agreed, you should know all the details. It's okay. All fighters must remain alive. They must not be tortured. Those who left Azovstal would be retained and prepared for exchange. It doesn't say dead or alive. Another mistake. Well, they say in the previous one, they should stay alive. They must not be tortured. Okay, they will stay alive, but we're going to deliver them in a different form and status. There would be opportunities to settle soldiers of units together with their officers with access to their own doctors and cooks. What? All right. to keep one Starlink internet modem to keep in touch with relatives and the country's leadership. This was immediately rejected by Russians. Yeah, okay. Well, of course, you want to have internet. You want to watch some. What do you mean? No, you're a prisoner. You shot our boys. This is what the Russians would say. You shot our boys. You create so much problem. And who are you? Oh, you're a terrorist. Oh, you're a mercenary. Oh, you're a this. Or you're a legionnaire. Oh, you're part of the German army. And by then, what do you think is going to happen? The Russians never agree to that. I guarantee you. Why would they? What would benefit the Russians? Because they're good-hearted? No, we already know they're bad, right? They all tell us they're bad. So why would the Russians agree to that? I don't believe a word from there. And again, they came out. They exited because they shook the hand to the commander. They gave the weapons. The commander kissed his forehead and said, very nice, go. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for paying for the front row seat. Really? And because of all that, it doesn't qualify as a surrender. All right. If you want to believe that, and I know you will not, then whatever. I can't believe. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. These guys think that we are, what, below 86 IQ.